Dunbarton Board of Selectmen meeting for Thursday, March 19th to order. I have two selectmen available. I wanna say, we have a new selectman, and the third selectman is on the road traveling, so he won't be available, but we'll still continue with the meeting. Charles Frost, congratulations, he was elected.
Okay.
He served in a term for 3 years, so welcome aboard.
Okay, thank you.
And, I promise I'll go slow, he can slow me down and stop me if he doesn't understand anything, because, this is sometimes like drinking water from a fire hose, it can be challenging. And so, the first thing we're gonna do is, we have meeting minutes from the last meeting. And, I'm the only one who was here tonight who could vote on it, because you weren't a member at that point, and the other two members, one has gone and one is, on the road, so I like to defer these until Dana gets back, and then we can vote on them. However, for the public, if a member of the public wants to see a draft copy, they can contact the town
Well,
administrator.
I can post them as drafts.
And, until we vote on them, okay? So we're gonna defer those for the time being.
Okay, that's just the two top things.
Okay, gotcha. We both had, last meeting, we had regular minutes and a non-public session, so those will both be deferred until the following meeting. At this time, I'd like to just open it for public comment. Go ahead,
Yep,
Leo.
first of all, congratulations, Chuck.
Okay,
Good to
thank
see
you.
you on the board. And I assume, Mike, that you will be, taking on the position of the chair?
I'm interim chair, because I am the assistant chair, and so until we do the negotiations among the members, I'll be interim chair until that time frame.
All right,
So it'll finally be determined next meeting.
okay, generally it would be the next.
Generally, I would be it, but the thing is, I'm not, for me to assume would be wrong.
Okay, well, I'm assuming.
Okay. But the thing is, but thank you for your assumption, I like it. Okay, gentlemen, we have two other members who joined us tonight, they're members of from an educational system, NHTI.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
And they're just observing our meeting, so welcome, and if you have questions, we have two sections of the meeting where you can ask questions, this is one of them now. If you don't have any questions, that's fine, we'll move on from here.
If you wanna introduce yourselves for the public and the recording and.
Yeah, should we step in front?
No, just,
Just
No,
just-
that's fine.
speak
state your
loudly.
name.
Alright, my name is Jonah Pinard, I'm a freshman over at NHTI, majoring in criminal justice.
My name is Jameson LePage. I'm also a freshman studying criminal justice at NHTI.
And where you from, may I ask?
I live over in Dunbarton, over on Guinea Road.
Okay, so you're Denver resident?
Yes.
Thumbs up, okay, next gentleman,
I'm also from Dunbarton as well.
thumbs up,
Ah,
very good. So how come I didn't see you at voting day?
I was busy that day, I wanted to go in.
I'm only kidding.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll bring it back to the board, and we'll go down the agenda now. Okay, we have a request from the town clerk to basically sign some appointment papers.
she said that she would defer the appointment papers until the board has, made a decision for your assignment roles. And she'll have more for you to vote on at the next meeting, but this one here is critical, cause our town, there's a period of time that this individual will have to step in for the
Okay.
deputy role that she holds.
What we're nominating here, we're gonna, basically appoint, the position of Allison Valeras to the position of deputy treasurer of Dunbarton. She has served as a deputy treasurer before, and this is to reinstate her, with a new term ending March 2029. We have to sign these and we're good to go.
So,
Okay.
for your information, if there's a deputy that's filling in for an elected position, their term ends at the same time that their elected person runs. So I'm the deputy tax collector, and my term would end the same time that the tax collector, term ends, so that's why we're reappointing Allison today.
Okay.
Because Judy just ran and won her position for
And
treasurer.
the thing is, that's a critical position because, checks have to be cut for the
Yeah.
personnel.
Right.
We have to pay our bills, in other words.
So you made a motion, you get a second?
Then I'll make a motion, I was in the middle of it, I'll make a motion that we approve Allison Valeras as deputy treasurer with a term ending March 2029.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
We signed it. Okay, moving on. Okay, we have a DRA form MS 232, and I'm gonna let Lean, could you explain to the public what that
Okay.
is?
So I have provided the board with the MS 232, which is the form that needs to be filed with the Department of Revenue 20 days after town meeting vote. And I'll leave the decision to the board whether you wanna defer it or sign it today, because if you sign it today, we're at day number 9, it's 10 working days, or is it 7? I can't recall.
20 days after the annual meeting.
Correct, but this little sticky on there
And
says
it
if
says
we.
9-day delay or full board with 17 days.
Correct, so I'll be close to the wire of the 20-day, but I'll have a couple of days, I can do it on the following Friday after the board votes, or you can sign it, and then that way I'll have the quorum and I can upload it to the Department of Revenue.
I'd rather not hold, you got enough on your plate, get this off your plate, and I think
Yeah.
it'd be fine to go.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. Basically, it's the election results.
Okay.
Right, so basically, Chuck, there's an MS 636, which is called budget, that's also a DRA form. That is what I fill out and post with the town warrant that the selectmen craft to post, in our 2 public places. This MS 232 is the combination of what was passed, and if there's anything that didn't pass, I would then put the no vote into that form. And it's just basically giving the tools to the DRA that what we proposed and posted for our budget, this is the end result of that budget.
Those small tabs mean anything to us?
It's just my support of what
Okay.
I use to fill it out.
Okay.
Okay, so I agree with Mike, I think we should sign this tonight and
Mhm.
move it forward so that we're not up against the wire for
Yeah.
turning it in.
That works for me, I appreciate
You
it.
know, does it need all 3 signatures
No.
to turn it in, just the
Quorum.
majority?
Forms,
Quorum.
majority,
Okay.
majority's fine,
And again, since it's not controversial, we'll just send it forward.
right.
There's an overridden rule too, that we have, for assignments, we gotta discuss about it. Last year Dana wasn't here, we gave him all the grade assignments. And since, this year decided to defer, but, not leave the odd man out with the grade assignments.
Mhm.
Okay,
Okay, very good.
okay,
What I maintain here is a pile, I think it's a pile to go back to lean. In the past, I have this black satchel. And this black satchel is historical because I would sometimes take some of these important documents, wrap them in this satchel, take them home, and I would get a call early on Friday morning. Mike, we're missing some paperwork, where is it? And so I make very clear distinction to return pile. Okay. All right, got a recommendation of the selectmen, to the selectmen from the planning board for member appointments. I'll let you, I'm gonna have the former chair
Okay.
talk to that.
okay, since, I was the, chairman of the planning board, we held, my last meeting with the planning board was last evening, and, we had, previously, drawn up this letter, with Lean's help to, renew the terms of some of the members of the planning board, being, George Holt, who currently the vice chair, filling in as the chair right now. Brian Nordel, member, and Kenneth Kerber, for terms from 2026 to 2029, 3-year terms. And last evening, the planning board voted to change Ken Kerber's position from an alternate to a regular. Since you're gonna hear as well tonight that I'm stepping down from the planning board, so that will open up a regular membership position. So all 3 are being recommended as regular members.
Okay, very good.
So
And so this will go to the town clerk for,
she's actually, gotten a copy, the original copy,
okay,
the original
Okay.
paper, along with the emails from the individuals that said they were interested in the reappointment, so
So
she has everything that
next
she
meeting will
needs.
be,
Next meeting,
And
she will have the appointments.
If she's got the original, she might need to know that Ken Kerber's gonna be a
Yeah.
regular,
Yeah,
that's all.
your email summary that you had last night.
Oh, okay,
I also gave it to
All right,
her,
thank
so
you.
she's got everything she needs.
okay, very good. And now, keep it on the, planning board, Charles stepped down as chairman of the planning board, so he could assume the position of the select board, so And I have a letter of resignation, which was accepted last night by the planning board, and thank you for your service on the planning board, but you're up and you got a new service now.
Right, yes,
So-
and I believe I'm stepping down as both member and chairman.
Correct. The
And
thing
I-
is, it's to be determined whether you be ex officio.
Correct, right.
Yeah, the thing is, what we like to do, in fairness to the all members, the planning board can only move forward when they have a quorum. And sometimes the selectman's rep, who's a regular member of the planning board, is not available, so we like to appoint a second member as an alternate ex officio.
Right,
And I've been that this year, and I've been 3 times I had to fill in for, the selectmen, and it works out okay, that way the board can move forward, so you may, still be
I may.
tethered to the
I may
board,
be, yeah, may be back on it.
but as an alternate. Okay, but that's to be determined. Okay, and that stops the town business for today, boy, that was short, Lean, thank you.
Good.
And, now, I'm gonna go to mailbox items. And as it was announced we announced it last meeting? Yes, about the,
Resigning, yeah.
Christine resigning, yeah. We have an ad posted for the, office administrator for building, planning and zoning. Just for the public's, information, it can be a full-time, it can also be a part-time position. We encourage all those interested to apply, it's been posted, Lean?
Yep.
What locations?
NHMA, employment and the town website, and I have not had any activity, so I'm going to have to, go with the paid, notices, and I'm gonna reach out to Indeed. We have an account with them, and
Okay.
because I need to get that position filled.
Exactly, okay, thank you. But that's gonna be a challenge.
Yes,
We, the office is still open by the building inspector, who basically is all giving us 2 days of additional hours.
Correct,
To,
yep, so he'll be acting as an administrator, issuing and, assisting the public on an additional 2 days, and then the other 2 days he currently does inspections will stay the same as they are for, remote access and
okay,
direct site inspection, so.
Please, I mentioned last time, I really think we should put a notice on the website saying like with the building department, that we miss an administrator.
It's already there,
Okay, thank you.
limited hours,
Limited hours, thank you.
Yeah.
Just set the expectation,
red bar, can't miss it.
okay.
Or the planning and zoning as well, because that person covered both roles, so if they need assistance in that department, there'll be limited hours, and they should call in advance and schedule time.
And if they had to, they could make an appointment with you if they had to, okay.
right,
Just for the public's information, Lean started that department, so he knows that department very well.
right,
A little rusty, but it's coming back.
Okay.
yes,
All right, we have other openings in town. We have an opening at the transfer station. It looks like, it's a perennial, challenge to keep that staff, because there are part-time workers. That's been posted, I think, the transfer station manager had another location to post it.
Yeah, I've already given him the Word version of that, so he'll take
Okay.
care of getting that posted.
Just FYI. It's a transfer station attendant, it's a challenge in a sense that
Right.
we only pay part-time, and sometimes a job opening will, for example, will open up, which can be more lucrative or full-time benefits, and how do you discourage someone from taking it?
and it's difficult work, all
Yeah.
kinds of weather, cold, hot, rain, snow,
Yep,
so,
Yeah.
Okay, so that's work in progress. We have a disciplinary action here on one of our employees in town. Please withhold, I'm gonna withhold the name from public. This is an FYI. I needed to probably take a gander at that. If you don't wanna read it now, read it in the office, I'll leave it in
Thank you.
the box,
Okay.
please. You should be aware of that.
okay.
Okay, we have from the cemetery trustees, a policy for the use of hearse. They have a policy for using we have an old hearse. Horse driven horse or led hearse, of many, it's an antique, and, I'm just reviewing it real quick. Some people have asked for actual use of it, we denied it because it's getting to a point where it's, the key word is fragile, I think that's a good word for it, and it's of historic nature.
Who's requesting to use it?
No, well, in the past, we've had people request,
Oh,
even
you
from
have in
out
the
of town,
past.
from out of town too. And, we've denied it because it's more of an antique,
I was
which,
involved a little bit in, from the distance on its restoration, I don't think it was really intended. It was more intended to be a showpiece than it was to actually being used, that's what I understood.
even bringing up our old home day, it
So-
was challenging, in the sense that
Right.
if it rained, it would destroy the,
It would enjoy the integrity of the hearse being so old.
basically, they
Yeah.
say, if you receive any requests going forward for the use of the hearse, please advise them to contact the cemetery trustees, and, we request they attend to the meetings, so a formal request can be made, and they'll explain the regulations and help the individual complete the request. So they have a whole host of regulations, which I think is, great.
Yep,
We want to
we'll
take a
post
gander
that on
at
the
that.
website.
Yes, please, under there. Hey
A
Leo,
question on the hearse, I thought the hearse was really, restored under the, historical awareness. And I see that this seems to be coming from the, cemetery trustees.
It's maintained by the cemetery trustees, cause it's in the hearse house
Yes.
storage
okay.
area, and it's in their cemetery, so they
Okay,
monitor and maintain, make sure everything is.
and it has a glass window on there, yes, so you can see it?
Yeah.
yeah, behind.
Yeah,
it,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, once it was, completed, they donated to the town, and they determined that the best department to maintain it and keep an eye on it would be the cemetery trust.
Okay, man, that
And they
makes
agreed
sense.
to it, so.
Okay. What I'm recalling is old history,
Yes, yeah,
way back,
goes by quick.
yeah.
Okay, we have continue on with the mailbox, we have a thank you note, to the town hall employees. And, I'm gonna let you read that, you're probably better than me in translating that.
Oh, okay, well, we'll see. It's written in March 2026. Hello, wonderful town hall employees. Thank you for remembering the oft forgotten elderly and making such a huge difference in our survival. Blessings, I think it's
Annie,
Ann Morrill.
yeah,
And tell us what you did, we did for her.
we recently, last year in March, adopted an amendment to our elderly exemption, qualifications. And under the new qualifications, she did qualify, and it's been a struggle for her to watch the taxes go up and know
Right.
that her income was limited, so she did qualify, and, she's just very grateful that she's able to stay in her home.
Oh,
Because
great.
this will help reduce the assessment, which will help reduce her tax burden.
Oh, good, I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear that.
I think we
it's
only,
been done.
there was only a handful, I believe.
We've had 2 applications that have qualified so far.
Okay, yeah, I understand, the qualifications are fairly hard to meet.
They are,
But,
they really are,
but I
but,
think with inflation, we adjusted the amounts needed appropriately.
yeah.
Because inflation eats up everyone's budget. Okay, I announced this at the town meeting, but I think it's have a resignation from from an officer who departed the police department last week.
Okay,
Just an FYI, did anyone initial that?
okay,
So we have as we stand in the police department, we have 2 vacancies. One officer has been tentatively hired, has to go through the police academy, and he'll be available for full-time duty after the December of this year, January.
Yeah, same thing.
And after he goes to the academy, and then we're advertising for a vacancy right at this point. Okay? So I just wanna say, gentlemen, you're involved in law enforcement, it's a challenge for all communities, throughout all southern New Hampshire to maintain a adequate police force. And, it's not that we don't pay them enough, but sometimes it's just not, it's not in demand as it used to be,
Mm.
and it's a dangerous occupation too.
I noticed it's effective immediately. Normally I was understanding that you give your employer about a 2-week notice as courtesy.
Let me introduce you to the post-it note.
Right.
This is the second one, yeah.
Yeah,
It's not common.
yeah.
Okay, I have a letter from the library director, she wants to purchase they purchased a bike rack to hold hold Island Springs here. They wanna install a bike rack, correct, Lean?
Yes.
Oh,
And they, I guess, want advice as to where they can install that, so she did talk to Greg Miller, our handyman, and she doesn't want it too close to the asphalt, but he's recommending that if we go on the south side and put a couple of, concrete blocks into the ground flat level, that they'll be able to secure the bike rack to that, so it won't interfere with, grass and whatnot, and then keep the bikes off of the path of the walking area and the vehicles, so I'm not sure if that's an agreeable location for her, it's,
If she's happy with it, I don't have any issue with that, if it's on the south
Yeah.
side of the building.
yeah,
yeah, I think that's a great idea,
okay.
to encourage, children and teenagers and so forth, or anybody
Well,
else, adults, to go to
This
the
last
library on
summer,
their
we
bicycle.
saw a lot of young bicyclists, and they would ride around, whether it's a day off or whatever, and nobody's in the parking lot, but a bike rack would be handy for them to put it there while they sit on the bandstand, or just stop for a drink or whatever, and,
Right,
And they've already purchased it with library funds last year?
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
I gotta initial these.
yeah.
I'm not sure if I initialed the first,
It's okay.
all of them in the beginning. Okay.
So you're okay with their,
And they were also asking permission to install a fairy garden, South Garden as a special summer reading program. I have no issues with that.
I don't have any,
Consensus is
no.
go,
yeah, okay,
not gonna wait on that vote.
okay,
Materials will be all new, and then there's gonna be cleanup in the fall before winter as they stipulate. They like to have permission to use the bandstand in the town common area for summer reading programs, the Touch a Truck story, and, children's concert with, Mr. Aaron, I don't know who Mr. Aaron is. But a Touch a Truck. When I first came on, when I heard Touch a Truck, I thought they were giving away a truck, and I was gonna go there and touch a truck until I won. And, I've done, dealerships have done that, automobile dealerships.
oh, okay.
I don't,
You've never heard that?
never, no.
Yeah, but not in Dunbarton.
They would give you like a 30-minute break during the day to go to the bathroom, but you had to touch a truck. And there would be rain, shine, sun, and you'd have to be there all the time.
But not in Dunbarton.
Not Dunbarton, no. This is for the children, so they can just see the vehicles. They've done it historically.
It's well received, they did a good job with it.
Okay, that's the other thing, I have consensus to let, just, we need to make sure the dates, you let us know the dates.
Yep,
So put them on the
okay.
calendar. Okay, I have, email from the cemetery, they wanna remove a dead tree on which cemetery? Center Cemetery.
If you, on the other side of our parking,
That's not the one that fell, is it?
no, it's still standing, but
Okay.
if you look at the pictures, it's leaning towards the new fence that we've recently installed, and this one I think will do some damage to the,
Is it dead?
yes, look at that.
Yeah, it doesn't look too alive to me.
And then the other pictures even.
Yeah.
And so they are, proactive in making sure they monitor the trees that are in the fenced area of the cemetery, or this one is on the town side. They're asking the board to, to address the tree removal, so.
Okay,
I give consensus, I have no issue with that.
yeah, I don't have any issue either, it needs to be cut down by the looks of it.
Yeah, so I've
The
reached
barn.
out to 2 individuals right now, Jeff
Looks like
Crosby's gonna get the individual he keeps on retainer for tree removal, and then we have a local gentleman that does,
But
small
this
jobs.
is what you called me one earlier.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
I thought it was something urgent.
yeah, no.
No, okay, very good.
I wanted his phone number, then I found it.
Okay,
That's what
I would like to just, get the appropriate quotes.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it to the decision of the town administrator, get a vote on it, that we allow the town administrator to make the decision on tree removal contract.
I can't imagine it would be too expensive to remove one tree,
What I don't wanna do is
Yeah.
discuss any prices, because he's gonna be taking bids on it.
Okay,
yeah.
But,
that,
I'm gonna write a price down, but the thing is, since I've had,
go over that amount,
Right, if you wanna show him
Yeah, I
that
will.
dollar amount, if he agrees, then I know what
Okay.
to work with.
alright,
The first quote's gonna be, they're driving by this weekend to look at it.
that's the top end, in that range, top end.
I think that's reasonable,
Okay.
yeah,
I just wanna,
So that's
because of
okay with
bidding on it,
me.
I don't wanna have that, I put the number there.
Okay,
If that's our top end, if it's more than that, you get more quotes.
okay, got it.
okay,
Agreed?
I agree,
Okay, that takes care of the mailbox, now I'm gonna go back to the,
on the mailbox items, I'd like to have some time to read this, this little thing.
do you have that electronically that can be sent to?
Counseling.
What's that?
The,
I'd like to read the counseling, that's all,
can it be sent to
Yes,
one?
absolutely.
I have a chance, I don't wanna hold up the meeting for that or
No,
anything,
no, that's
so,
fine, yep.
okay.
Okay, I'm gonna open the public again, Leo?
Yes, so with that, reading on the like bandstand in the summer? Okay, I agree, that's a good idea, but, could they clean up after themselves once in a while? Cause I believe in this spring, there was quite a lot of, I don't know if it was crayons or what on the, bandstand itself, so.
I think we can send that, message.
Just, it'd be easier to do it after every time, if there's something to be cleaned, rather than waiting after the end and in the springtime, you know?
Totally agree. Just when you let her know we approved it, just say, a local cleanup afterwards,
Right.
following every
It's
session.
It's just a small cleanup to make sure that things aren't out of hand, you know, I know you're not gonna go out there with scrub brushes and everything, that's not the
No.
point. The point is to just pick up after yourself,
Yeah.
basically, you know?
Agreed. And melted crayon is terrible to get off when it melts.
Can I just point out that during the course of the day, we do see families and people that just go to, the cafe
Oh,
and then.
yeah,
they
no, and
leave.
I'm
So
not.
it could be
Yeah,
other family
and-
members.
No, and I agree with that, I'm not saying it's just the kids, I'm just saying that
Yeah.
after they use it, you know,
Yeah.
because when they go on there, you know, kids are kids, so
Mhm.
you're gonna get, a little bit of mess after they're done, and it's just good if you can do just a quick cleanup, I'm not, like I said, not a scrub brush or anything like that by any means, just, but I agree with you there, because I've seen a lot of people out there
But
eating their lunch.
if she's doing it once a week, that means it gets a once a week look over, so
That's
it's a
right.
win-win for
That's a
everyone.
good idea,
Yeah.
yep. I'll let her know.
Okay.
Cause
A little bit of-
then other people wanna use it, and then it's like that, you know?
You're trashy, you don't
Yeah.
wanna use it, yeah,
Right.
concur. Anything else, Leo?
No, thank you.
Gentlemen, you have any questions for us?
Yes, how does Dunbarton determine the hiring age for, Dunbarton Police Department? Like, is this like determined, here?
No, we have, the police chief has the full qualifications, and if you ask me what they are right in front of me, I have to say, I don't know.
I believe it's 21.
And
I just know that a lot of different police departments across New Hampshire hired at 18 and 19. Hampton Police hired at 18, Berlin Police hired at 19, Epsom hired at 19.
21. Our last one was turning 21 in a couple weeks, that's why
Okay.
we okayed it.
That's right, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be worth a discussion with the police chief down the road, thank you.
Right, of course.
Very good. Anything else? That's it, okay. Well, you're welcome anytime, you're Dunbarton resident, so this meeting is actually open to the public,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Excellent.
Not
Thank
just
you.
not just for school.
Okay.
Okay, lean to the town administrator, bring it back to the,
I have nothing, we've already discussed everything I need.
okay, I'm gonna bring it back to Chuck, anything else for the meeting?
No, I have nothing else for this meeting.
I'm gonna bring it to myself. Chuck, this is a, planning document. This is your take home, so you can start dreaming about the positions you may want.
Okay,
And that's who held them in the past, last year.
okay,
And which Dave's stepping down, you can see which ones are now vacant. The only thing is, as a rule of thumb, we like to say, the planning board, we'd like to have the selectmen on there for 2 years, because it takes it's a learning curve to learn all the nuances of the planning board. And the thing is, the other things are sometimes, if we're in the middle of something like the police department, this is gonna be a challenging year for the police department. I've already been asked if I would stay on again, but I'm always open, because we have a contract coming up with the police chief. And that takes negotiations back and forth. and, a few other things with that. And so, but you can see where, if you have any particular interest, and we like to rotate these around.
Right,
Keep
I was
the-
just gonna ask, it seems like it would be a good idea to rotate these
Exactly.
every year or two.
Just make sure you're here next meeting, or else you're gonna get all the bad.
And, not that we would intentionally do that, but
Oh,
the thing is,
come on.
without you being here, you have no input.
Yeah.
And then you get, you're the
Been here enough
default,
years, I've seen it.
or shall I say, the stuckee, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
The newbie.
Lean, thank you for preparing that for me.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanna say, I have nothing else for the board, I look forward, to seeing you all in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Hey.
Motion to adjourn,
And I look forward to serving on the board.
Yeah.
motion to adjourn,
Second?
okay, all in favor, aye.
Aye.